Let's switch it to little older kids, tweens, teens. This is more my wheelhouse now. And I and all my friends are talking about the same thing right now, which is how do we avoid bullying of our children? How do we avoid our children being the target of the so-called mean girls? It could be mean boys too. And I'm with you. I've read so much of what you've written. I've read so many of your books, but I'm with you on the, part of the reason we send them to school is so that they can have some challenging social interactions where they learn how to deal with those. And that's a good thing. We want that. But how do you figure out, okay, this is something she or he has to navigate on their own. I'll be there to advise. And this is a situation I need to step in and protect my child from because lasting damage is going to be caused here.
The stepping in thing we need to talk about. But I love you asking me this. You and I, without going into the details, have been bullied all to hell in our professional lives. You would agree that's true?
100%.
Bullied to the point of wanting to hide under the bed or, live under a rock somewhere. And I remember one time it got so gross, I sat down with my son and husband and I said, okay, I'm going to quit. We're going to move somewhere else and you can change your name. My son, who was 8, stood up, put his hands on his hips, I'll never forget this moment, and said, I didn't raise my mother to be a weenie. So what are you teaching your kids? When I was about 8, I was bullied all to hell because I lived in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood and my father was Jewish, but my mother was a gorgeous Italian from Italy that he liberated at the end of the war. He was in the military and brought here. And the jealousy and what have you, and marrying outside of your religion, all that was pretty gross. And a lot of it was taken out on me, where I got into fistfights, all of which I lost. Of course, now I have a black belt in martial arts, but I also have guns all over the house. Anyway, so...
and you can deadlift 85 pounds. We have video of that, but okay,
well,
yes,
we're up to 100
going.
now, but okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I guess I could deadlift somebody and toss them. It's worse now because there are so few parents parenting. So you really need to tell your own personal stories of being bullied to your kids so that they know it's something they can survive because they respect you and admire you. But the bullying is worse than it's ever been. Reason being, if that's proper English, reason is that so few parents parent. Because I have said there's only one cure, only one. All this nonsense they do in the schools, it's meaningless. There's only one cure, that when person A starts bullying, threatening, saying bad things to person B, that everybody standing around there stops them. Now, I brought up my kid. Somebody's getting hurt. I expect you to step in and protect them. I expect you to do that. Don't hit anybody, but if they hit you or somebody else, hit them twice as hard. So twice when he was in middle school, somebody was being picked on. He stepped in, and then they call your house. And I said to him, what was happening? The kid was picking on the other kid. Who started it? No. Who finished it? Me. I said, where do you want to go out to dinner? So it takes parents parenting, which they don't do much of. They give their kids cell phones that go on the internet, iPods, let them go into a world that is disgusting and dangerous and addictive because they're lazy. Parents 2 generations ago were not lazy to parent. If you said to somebody, I'm going to tell your mother, oh, geez, you knew the world was going to come to an end.
True.
You say, I'm going to tell your mother. You say, go find her. She's busy. Go ahead. And when you find her, she's going to go, what did that kid do to you to force you to do that? So they defend their kids, even though they're wrong. So parenting has changed. Our culture has changed. And that's why bullying is worse. And it's not going to get better soon.